Good morning. I am Kirby and you are watching KIRBBQ. I say good morning because it's in the morning time when I'm filming this video. Yeah, I still make videos live, still make videos. Just need to get, I don't know, I try to get on a regular one of these days. But I'm doing a brisket video today. It's been a while since I think my last brisket video I think was back in 2013-14, somewhere around there. So I thought I'd go ahead, since I'm doing brisket this weekend, I thought I'd go ahead and show you guys how I do a brisket. And this brisket is for a catering job. So I'm cooking it today. Today is Saturday. They want it Sunday for Father's Day. And so what I may try to do is explain how I prepare a brisket a day ahead of time for a catering job. So maybe that's what this video may be more so than how to cook a brisket, more not so much as how to cook the brisket, but how to do one if you're gonna have to cater it and the people want it the next day, because unless you're gonna cook on site and cook on site that day, but I don't. But because brisket and pork butts take so long, I tend to like to do those a day before, and then just do the chicken and ribs a day of. They are very resilient. They hold their flavor pretty well. So doing it the day before is not going to hurt it. You're not going to lose any flavor or anything like that by cooking it ahead of time. As you would with probably the chicken and the ribs. The chicken and ribs you can do it a day ahead of time too. There's a little trick to that. Maybe my next video would be on catering ribs and chicken. But let's get started with this brisket trim. Let's do the trim and all the other stuff that I normally do for a brisket when I do a catering gig. Alright, let's go. Let's move on. Alright, here is a 16-pound choice brisket that I got. I'm not going to go as aggressive with some of my trimming as I would for a competition, but there are some things I still like to do no matter whether I'm catering or I'm doing a brisket for a competition. So first thing is always I want to remove all this extra fat right up here. Now on my catering job, when I get those, I'm not so much concerned about some of the silver skin, which is the part that's right here, right up against the brisket, as I am when I'm doing the competition. I do like to try to remove some of this extra fat from off the top. Okay. So I'll remove most of the fat from underneath there. Just like this. Alright, I'm spinning the brisket around so I can show you the kernel. The kernel is this piece right here, and this real thick piece of fat is not going to render down or anything. You want to get rid of that. If you have been watching any brisket cooks, you want to get rid of the kernel. So what I do is I go ahead and make my little incision here. It's just a big old piece of fat. It's not going to render. It's not going to do anything. You want to get rid of that. And this fat vein is what's separating the flat from the point. And I trim that out some more too, even for the catering jobs. I just like to trim this out. See a blood vessel, you see you want to cut those out too. See, like that there, piece of blood, vein, vessel, whatever, and the fat, you want to cut that out. Okay. Piece of silver skin on this side I do want to remove, because this will give me a rubbery chew to whoever eats it, unlike the silver skin that's on the flat. This is just gonna be a bunch of rubber in somebody's mouth, and you don't want that. So you want to just end up trimming it off just like this. Just take my knife, just trim it off. If you see any gray discoloration on the edges of your brisket, you want to go ahead and trim that off too. Some right here. And I normally have a bigger cutting board when I'm doing my trim. And you're just gonna take your knife, over. Here's my point back here. I'm going to trim off just a little bit of the fat for right now, because I'm not doing burnt ends. If I was going to do burnt ends, I would trim a lot of fat off of it, but I'm not doing burnt ends, and it's going to be easier for me just to cut this fat off when it's nice and hot. Then while it's cold like this, I can get a little bit better. But I'm just going to trim a little bit off of it now. Again, I want to remove any gray meat, the gray discoloration that I see. Alright, so that's all the trimming I'm going to do to this for now. I'm going to go ahead and put it in my pan. Alright, here's my injection. Now my injection is in the description. It's real basic. 3 cups of water, 2 tablespoons of beef, let me get it, hold on. 2 tablespoons of beef base, 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, 2 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce, tablespoon of mustard powder, tablespoon of garlic, granulated garlic. You heat that up, mix it all together. And this is my basic injection. I use something different for competition, but for catering, that's the mixture that I use. Alright, got trusty old injection needle. And I'm going to want to inject, following the grain, pulling out as I inject. And the barbecue superstore, they sell these nice little injection, these little bags you can use you can line your pan or something with, and then after you're done you can wrap it up in there. So I would have done that, but I forgot to pull it out. I got some stuff, just go throw it away. But yeah, and also I would just want to give that place a plug, the Barbecue Superstore, man. That is an excellent place. If you have not been there, you need to go check them out. Barbecue Superstore. Got some excellent products, great people to work with. Some of your favorite competition teams' products are probably located there. Give It to God products there. Malcolm Reed, Killer Hogs products are there. They even have their own rubs out. So again, if you ain't been to and that is not a paid announcement. That's just me who really enjoy their service. Now I know some guys probably say, well, you can just use a kitchen garbage bag. Yeah, you can. But sometimes you run the risk that somebody else bought the garbage bags and you're not paying attention. You done bought some of that scented stuff, and now you done inject it, whereas those bags are nice and clean and you don't have to worry about that. Oh, I hate when that happens. Gotta clean it up. And of course you want to do the point. The only thing I'm going to do different than what I probably would do is I would let this normally sit for a couple of hours before I apply the rub. But I'm going to apply the rub right after I get finished with the injection. I hate when that happens. Alright. Okay. This little bit I'm going to save for when I need to do my wrap. Okay. Alright. My go-to rub combination for catering when it comes to brisket is Malcolm Reed's Killer Hogs rub, the KIRBBQ rub, and Montreal steak seasoning. Alright, I got too many, my rub is too hot, so that's why I don't use the KIRBBQ beef rub, unless the person's told me they don't mind it hot. But since this is going to be served to a large variety of people, I'm going to go with this combination, so I won't be burning stuff. A couple of people, some of my friends, man, that stuff is too hot. I'm like, huh? So Malcolm Rub's Killer Hogs, I put that on first, and again, normally I would let this sit for a couple hours before I apply it, but okay. Of course, I try to get all sides of it. I'm not going to do the fat cap because I'm going to cut it off. I cut the fat cap off, and I cook with the fat cap down in the smoker, so I'm not going to waste my rub on a piece of the meat that I'm not going to use. And then the Montreal steak seasoning. Alright, I'm going to let this go and hang out for a couple hours. In the meantime, I'm going to get the smoke all prepped up and everything. So the next time I see you guys, I will be out at the smoker loading this bad boy on. See you then. Okay, here I am at the smoker. My temp was at 350. I just opened this up, but this is a small brisket. Client that one only want 2 pounds, so I found a real small one for them. And of course, this is the big one that you saw me working on. And I got a slab of ribs for me and the missus. Alright, I'll be back periodically to spritz it and all that other good stuff. And so I probably won't do a whole bunch of filming at this point, but most of you know what's going on. And so it's going on 12 o'clock now, so this probably, I'm going hot and fast with my brisket. I'll be doing about 350 for most of this cook. So hopefully this will be done 350 at 12. Let's see, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So about 7 o'clock tonight, this should be done. Alright, and this one should be done around about 3. Even quicker than that one. This one should be done probably around about, yeah, I'm going to say 3. I'll give this one 3 to be completely done. I'm going to let it go to about 160. At 160, I wrap. I'm going to add a little beef broth in it and put it back on. Alright, so I see you guys at 100. Alright, it is 4:30 in the afternoon. My brisket, I believe, has reached my desired temp. It's 205, 207. Let's check the point. 209. It looks like it. 209. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm going to let it sit for about 30 minutes to let my crust, my bark form back up again. Probably be about 30 minutes, 40 minutes. Let the bark form back up. Then I'm gonna take it off and let it cool down. Like I said, this is for a cook for tomorrow. Then the video will resume tomorrow. Alright, so that is about it for today's portion of this cook. Then we're going to resume it tomorrow. Alright, so I'll see you guys tomorrow.